Evening all, welcome back to this, I guess, beta of Battlefleet Gothic, and I just thought I'd show you something here. This is me unlocking my cruiser slot, so you can do this lovely thing, which is a solo, I guess, rolling of an admiral, and then you just do random missions. Quite nice, actually. It's almost a bit like The Last Stand from the Dawn of War things, if you know what I mean. Anyway, really nice. Finally unlocked a cruiser slot. These are the ships that actually you do get with Battlefleet Gothic. These are the mainstay of the game. As you can see, there's all the different types. I went today with the laser one, which is a bit of a mistake. I think actually the ones with cannons are the better ones, like the Tyrant. That has a Nova cannon on the front as well. Nova cannons are pretty good, and as you see here, the Lance ones aren't bad. I think you're supposed to use them at longer range, although this one comes with a battering ram, so I don't know. I don't quite know how that works, but there we go. This is probably the most anticipated game since The Division for me, because I love this game. This is such an exciting, fun game. I think the longevity of it as well is going to be pretty good, because you can just as I say, do this kind of rolling of an admiral. What that means is you just do mission after mission and you level up. So you actually start to unlock your ship's crews, you start to unlock these super specials and all that. Look at this one, I've got like a micro warp drive or something. Nice. And basically it gives you this this kind of nice way to do something. It's like a campaign without the campaign, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Loving the fact that this is such a, I guess, the game that I thought Battlefleet Gothic would be. The ships are huge, ramming is wonderful, the guns feel potent. It's difficult to kill targets, and you'll see that throughout this. It's actually quite hard to kill targets basically before they jump out. So post in the comments if I'm doing something wrong. What I'm generally trying to do is leave my lightning strikes for when I have the opportunity to cancel a warp drive. So the enemy realizes they're not going to win. They start to spool up their warp engines, and what I then do is hit them with a lightning attack, which has a chance to cancel that warp drive. So your crew basically are teleported on board and given the mission to stop them warp jumping away. I don't know, there we go, exactly doing that. Now, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but either way, the thought of just imagining that you're like a squad of troops in the dark universe of 40k and suddenly you're told, right, go stop this. Can you imagine how terrifying that would be? Anyway, look at this, going for the ram, boom. Now, having the battering ram does help. I think I needed to hit him a lot harder than that, but as you see that, oh, look at that, that's gorgeous. And that ship is still fighting, the crew are still doing whatever they're doing. They're probably holding on for their dear life, but I love the ramming mechanics in this. The game is just amazing. It is so much fun. I sat and played this this kind of leveling an admiral. We should call it something. I think it's literally a solo campaign or non-campaign something, solo random game or something, but either way it was amazing fun because it just gave me this huge smile on my face. And look at this, it all follows on. So while I've got this this lovely cruiser here, I can't afford to lose it, so I'm actually having to warp the thing out, and as you can see it's pretty tense whether or not I'm going to do it. But look at that, there's missiles coming in, but we get away. So that ship is now heavily damaged and heading back to port. But basically, you know, it survived, so it doesn't mean there's such a penalty. Now, you can lose a ship completely, and you don't lose it in your ship registry. I think it's just rebuilt for you, I think. Okay, so don't quote me on that one. I've lost a few ships now that I've then realised that they have to rebuild it, and it takes like 4 turns to rebuild. So there we go. Look at that, we've now got a Tyrant cruiser with a Nova cannon on the front and cannons on either side. Look at the damage we just did to that support vessel. Love it. I think this ship is absolutely amazing. Probably my favourite ship because the Nova cannon is very good. It is a wonderful long range weapon and it gives you that little bit of an advantage. Plus, when did you see that, the broadside on that? It's pretty decent. So yeah, definitely liking the game now that cruisers have unlocked. And actually where I am today in the game is I've just unlocked battle cruisers, which are even more mental. And I'm told, and I saw on YouTube, that you have the ability to unlock the battleships as well. So that will be a momentous day, and hopefully in the next video maybe we'll bring you that. We'll show you at least battlecruiser, but it will be good to show you some of the battleship footage because those things are flipping huge, but they're also flipping amazing. So we go. I think the fleet mechanics are nice in this game. I love the fact that you're not tied to one ship, so you can literally jump from ship to ship, issue orders, leave them to it, jump to another ship, and so on. I'm quite liking the Cobra support frigates because they use missile launchers, or torpedo launchers rather, and you can get them to zoom in and look at this. Here we go, Nova Cannon, boosh, nice. Look at that Nova Cannon, bang, takes his shield, or rather doesn't. Maybe he had a super on, who knows? But I love the fact that there's so much strategy in this game. There's so much to think and do. So, big fan. Here we go, we're going to go for the ram, we're going to full engines on, we're going to ram the cruiser or the little support frigate. Look at that, boosh, didn't stand a chance. Love it. Now, that's got to be one of the funnest things of the game. And look, the cruiser's trying to warp out. Unfortunately, he's probably going to do it. Even though he's on fire and heavy damaged, he's probably going to get away. But, and this was an escort mission, by the way. We were actually defending something, so I'm quite proud that we managed to actually force the enemy away. Fast forward, now different mission here. We're trying to kill the Chaos Admiral. As you see there, that's a Chaos cruiser. That, I guess, was what the Imperium was using in the year 30,000 when the rebellion happened, and because that was obviously 10,000 years before this. And I love the fact that there is a different ship design entirely, and they've perverted it. So the weird warped forces of chaos, of which there are 4, have given their gifts to these ships, and the fact is there's little tentacles and things. Ugh, horrible. So that tells me with the tentacles it's probably Slaanesh. Am I right on that? Post in the comments. The god of pleasure, etc. Created by the fall of the Eldar race, would you believe? So there we go. Now, I've seen also a Khorne battleship. It's basically just skulls. I thought that was really good. I did enjoy that one. But I just think it's brilliant. So, and then here we go. We also fight traitorous Imperials. So this is Imperials that have turned from the light. Probably the more numerous battles that the Imperial Navy has is actually against rogue elements within their own organisation, because the Imperial Navy spans the entire galaxy. So just work that through in your brain. That's the entire galaxy. There are probably millions and millions of cruisers. There are billions of worlds. I mean, that's. I think it's literally they say 1 million worlds at least are inhabited by humankind, of which the Imperial Navy is the link between them all, because without warp drive and without the Navy there would be no empire. So I love that fact. I just think the fact, there would be this constant attack from rebellious, people. There's also going to be governors, because think about it, the planetary or the sector governors who rule with an iron fist, because that's literally the way. Let me tell you, I'm going to bore you now, but this is really interesting. When William the Conqueror took Britain, he knew that the way that Britain was run at the time wouldn't work. So what he did is he established the principles of court. And this is, you have barons and lords and ladies who vie with each other for the rule of the court. So the whole Game of Thrones idea was born by William the Conqueror, who brought that to the British Isles, and that's what he did. So, and going forward 40,000 years, or 40,001 years, 41,000 years, you would have effectively planetary governors rule absolute. So while the Emperor and the the Administratium Terra and whatever, the Lords of Terra rule the Imperium, the reality is the local areas are run by the planetary governors, and they are taxed and they are told to do what they're told to do, and a lot of them don't. So this is why you have basically the Adeptus Custodes, who are the policemen of the future, but also you have the Imperial Navy, which is there to keep them in check. But unfortunately, the Imperial Navy is also sector-based, so unfortunately you're going to have these kind of fights. Look at this, we're ramming a dude who then I ram into one of my support ships, and I destroy my own support ship with the ram. LOL, that's funny. But a beautiful, beautiful game that allows you to do that, and I'm just blown away by it. And look at that, he's trying to warp out. He's actually trying to activate his warp engine while I'm ramming him, and we're trying to cancel. Oh, there we go, look, we got it. Cancel warp success. Booyah. Lightning strike finally got it. I do love that fact that this is even a thing in the game. Look at this. This is the thing about the game, though. It's hard to kill these things. It is really, really flipping difficult. And I love that fact because it does give you that sense of achievement when you actually cancel a warp, kill a ship, and kill it. And I'm feeling that now. I'm thinking, can we kill this thing? This is a big cruiser. He's activated his goddamn warp engines again. Surely he's got no armor. Surely we can get him now. This has got to be our time. He's almost about to jump. Come on, come on, come on. Fire, fire. Broadside, quick. And just as we've managed to fire, he gets away. Love it. I know it's annoying, but loved it. So we decide to take our frustrations out on the support ships, and basically this is when we just, you know, the game is so good. I really recommend getting this game. I think it's going to be one of those games. It's only like £24-25, so it's not a full game in terms. Well, it is a full game, but it's not a. What's the words I'm looking for? It's not going to be one of those over-the-top kind of AAA games where they kind of fleece you for a lot of money. And I'm just thinking Call of Duty and The Division here, but I'm actually thinking this is one of these games that's reasonably priced for what you get, and you get basically something that you could play forever because it's got this lovely ability to level an admiral. You can then run the campaign, you can run multiplayer. It is a wonderful game. It's an engine. Think of it as that engine that you can basically play over and over. So we go, trying to cancel this guy's warp. It's not working, it's not looking good, and there he gets away. This game is awesome, go buy it. I command you to do that right now. Hope you enjoyed that, see you next time.